So, I quit. Let me explain. What's up, you guys? Welcome to the video. My name is Josh Gonzalez. I'm 29 years old, born and raised in New Jersey. Got a way different video than usual today. No modifications on the car, no going out and working on the car. We got a little bit of story time for you guys today. A story I've wanted to share with you guys for a while. A little bit of story of like my background, a little bit of my story. So a few years ago, I graduated from Newman University. I did the whole thing, you know, go get good grades, get the degree, go get a job. A few years later, I ended up getting a corporate job. It took me not very long at all to realize that just wasn't for me. It was type of thing that it was a good experience for me to just learn very quickly. This just was not for me. It was a sales gig over in West Effort that it was just the type of thing I was having trouble getting the job out of college. A lot of companies were looking for a more experienced role, which I was applying for entry-level positions. It was kind of ironic that they were looking for, you know, an experienced person when I'm applying for entry-level positions. Can't really get much experience if no one's going to give you that, especially in, you know, the application of an entry-level position. But whatever, long story short, I ended up getting a job in a sales gig that was completely out of my field, completely like out of my realm of pretty much everything. I have a degree in computer information systems and business administration. This job was just completely like out of my element completely, but hey, I got the experience. I guess that's what I was looking for way back then. This is back a little bit in 2019. The reason I bring this up was shortly before that I had to get my shoulder repaired. In those times when I really started like diving into like watching a lot of YouTube videos during my shoulder recovery and having to rehabilitate my shoulder. The reason I bring that up is this is the time period I found a lot of like great YouTubers doing a lot of great content and putting out a lot of great work on, you know, automotive work and BMW specifically. I was at a point in my life where I knew that I wanted to do that too, but working this job, this corporate job, I was just drowning in work for so long. Honestly, in those days, I was at a point where when we had got sent home in March, I ended up working from home from about March 2020 till June 2021. So around 16 months straight of just like working from home. It sounded great. I mean, people were like, oh, you're so lucky you get to work from home. Honestly, I hated it. I literally hated it. I couldn't stand it. It ended up being a huge blur. I worked literally 16 months straight. Like, I'm not even kidding. 16 months straight. I honestly got to the point where I was at the edge. Like, I was probably at a really dark time in my life where, honestly, a lot of the things going through my mind, like, I was contemplating a lot, just like jumping off a bridge. I was at a really dark place in my life. Honestly, I got to a point where I just knew I needed to like move on, and something inside me was telling me just to take a leap of faith. So diving a little bit more into like the reason why I'm making this video is to hopefully just inspire people to just like never settle. Listen to those intuitive gut feelings, because for where I was at that time period in my life, I just knew I had to make a change. I knew I had to like take a leap of faith, and the only thing that was going through my mind was like, you can never fly if you don't leap. And I'll say that again, like, you'll never be able to fly if you don't leap. And I just knew like I wanted more in life, and I just felt like sometimes in life you have to give up to get up, and I knew I just had to walk away from that job. It was a really tough decision. I mean, I just recently graduated college. I had the good job, the good pay, the better benefits, the 401k, the insurance. Like, I had everything, you know, we're looking for as adults, but I just knew I had to just take a leap of faith and step away from that. Like I said, I was at like a really low point, a really dark point in my life. So I just knew I had to like take some time for myself and just like get myself out of that situation. Fast forward a few months later, I ended up just taking the summer to just like kind of take a step back and like just focus on myself. Diving into it now, like I would like to say that I did, as of June 2021, I quit my job, which is like so exciting for me to just look back on. It's December now, so it's been some time. So for me to look back on that, like it even still brings a smile to my face just to like be able to say it and like know that I took that leap of faith. Like, I made that decision. I took my life in my own hands and like did what I had to do. It was just like one of the best decisions I've made for a while. So I took the rest of the summer 2021 just like really focus on myself. It was just like getting to the point where like I want to be like working on like my work, my YouTube channel, like building my brand, which like I had to put all that on the back burner. Like, that previous job was just so busy that I had to put everything I wanted to do on the back burner, which made everything that much more frustrating, on top of like being at a corporate job that was like drowning me in work, constantly shoving more work down my throat. We were just like shorthanded for months and months and months. It was just like constant being shorthanded, overworked, like undervalued, underpaid. It just like really wasn't for me. So I just had to take that leap of faith. So I honestly just like decided to take a step back. Like I feel like sometimes in life you just have to like kind of like take a step back, like slow down a little bit so you can like redirect course and like really establish like where you want to go. And I knew this just like wasn't a place where I wanted to be. Like I was so miserable at this job, so I just jumped. I took a leap of faith. I took this summer to really just like go down to the beach, go down to the shore, and just like read books all summer. I spent the summer just kind of doing whatever I wanted. I just took a break from everything. And I know, like, granted, it's easy for me to just say, oh, like, yeah, like my advice is never settle, don't ever settle, like go do whatever you need to do, like go pursue your dreams. Like I understand, like for me in my situation, I'm very, very, very lucky to be able to just like drop everything and like go pursue the things I'm passionate about. It's like I understand like not everyone could do that. So like if anything, take that for a grain of salt. Like just don't ever settle for whatever you can. Just try your best not to settle. I understand everyone's in different circumstances and whatnot. But fast forward a little bit, something just like went off in my head one day, like one of those like light bulb moments in your brain. Like someone told me just like to reach out to the Keys Motorsports team. I had just gone to NPAC, which was a great event, a great BMW event over in Pennsylvania. Huge event. It was so much fun, great event. And I knew the Keys Auto Show was coming up. So something told me to just like reach out to them, ask them if they just needed any help with a volunteer. So that's what I did. And by the time Brian got back to me, he had mentioned that they were actually looking for someone to maybe come on full time to help them with just whatever work they needed. We ended up talking for the next few months about like different opportunities, whether maybe helping out Zach, the video guy behind all the magic over at Keys Motorsports and their YouTube channel, maybe just a little bit of customer service. So we spent the next few months kind of just like going back and forth, like trying to figure out like what they needed and whatnot. So like but looking at where we're at now, like it's December now, looking back at like when I quit my job and took that leap of faith, I just knew that like I wanted more, so I knew I had to give up to get up, and I knew that like what I wanted was out there. So if anything, if you could take away anything from this video, just know what you want is out there. You just have to be willing to like take action and go get that. So like fast forward a little bit, like I'm very excited to announce that because I made that decision to walk away from that corporate job, it opened the door, and now it's been a few months that I'm officially announcing I have been working with the Keys Motorsports team as a customer service specialist. I'm so excited to announce that. The opportunity is just perfect for me. If you don't know the Keys Motorsports team, it's a well-established YouTube channel. Brian Kiefer, the owner, the owner of Keys Motorsports, is just a very, very well-respected BMW enthusiast literally across the entire world. We have people watching our YouTube channel from all over the world. He's just a very, very well-respected guy. He's the godfather of BMWs. Like everybody knows that Brian has a very, very well extensive knowledge on, you know, BMWs and cars and automotive work. And the YouTube channel just kind of speaks for itself. So I'm very excited to announce that I've been working with the Keys team for about a couple months now. And for anyone who knows me, I mean, Keys Motorsports is, you know, an automotive performance shop specializing in BMWs. Like for those who truly know me and for those who've been watching this channel, it's like literally the perfect opportunity for me, a BMW enthusiast myself, now getting to work with a team that specializes in BMWs, talk about BMWs all day long, help out customers with their performance and aesthetic needs, take photos of like helping out with products. I've been lucky enough to like shoot Brian's cars. I've been lucky enough to shoot the G80, lucky enough to shoot the F80, lucky enough to just drive both cars. So I'm at a point where I've wanted to share this story for a while because I've just felt like it's just a story of like resiliency, a story of just like battling through adversity. I was at a really, really dark point in my life back in like 2020, 2021. My job was just drowning me in work, and which is fine. Like I understand that's being an adult and you got to do what you want to do. But I've always been the type of person that it's like I have no problem working full time on like my full-time job, but I also want to work like part-time on my passions, which is building this YouTube channel, like working on JG Media, my brand, like building my photography portfolio, like doing the things that like bring joy to me, like doing the things I'm passionate. And because I had to put that all on the back burner because this job was just taking it all out of me, I just wasn't really willing to settle for that. So I had to make the decision. It was a really tough decision to walk away from that job, but I'm so glad I did. I feel like I'm in just such a better position now. So if there's anything you could take away from this video, it's just like sometimes when you feel it deep down in here, like you can feel it in your bones that sometimes it's just time to move on. Sometimes it's time to let go. Sometimes it's time to just accept things And if you're not willing to leap, like, you'll never be able to fly. And I just knew I couldn't settle. So I would hope to inspire anyone out there listening to this message just to never ever settle. Like, what you want is truly out there. And I took that leap of faith, and it worked out way better than I could have even imagined. Like, I'm in a position now where I'm working with a smaller business. I'm not just like a number on a spreadsheet in corporate America. I'm working with a small team that, like, genuinely, like, Brian is the type of person, like, he genuinely cares about his business, but he genuinely cares about, like, his team and his people, and he takes care of his people. And that's something I respect so much, on top of the fact that he already has so much respect from, you know, the community. He's well known on the East Coast. Like, everyone knows him. Everyone watches our videos who are, like, in the automotive community, like the BMW enthusiasts. So, like, to have that respect is just awesome in my opinion. And then for me to be able to work with that team and be able to start, like, helping out customers and be a part of it, it's literally just perfect opportunity for me. So I am so grateful to the Keys Motorsports team and Brian for giving me that opportunity. So I'm very excited to announce it's been a few months that I have been working with the Keys Motorsports team, and I haven't been happier, and it just would have never happened if I didn't take that leap of faith. So this was a story I wanted to share for a while, a story of just, like, resiliency, a story of just, like, battling through the darkness, battling through the adversity, and just to know that, like, what you want is out there. You just got to be willing to, like, sacrifice and, you know, go through the process, like, battle through the hard times to be able to get through those good times. And I thank God every day for it, because it's just been such a great opportunity. Like, when Brian offered me the job, I just knew I couldn't say no. It was just like, wow, like, I can't believe. And it was only a few months after I had just left my corporate job that this kind of all came together. So I'm super grateful for, like, the synchronicity of it. It was probably a little bit of luck as well as also a little bit of good timing, but I've just been so grateful. And this was a story I've just, like, wanted to share for a while to hopefully just inspire people to just never settle. Like, please don't settle. Life is way too short to settle for anything. So just go after what you want. Granted, I understand, like, everyone's in different circumstances, but just keep it in the back of your mind, like, what you want is out there. You gotta just be willing to work for it. So hopefully you guys found some value in this video. I know it's a little different than my usual video style. No modifications, no working on the car today, but a little bit of story time that I wanted to get off my chest, just to be transparent with you guys, and just the story that I've wanted to share for a really long time now, honestly. So I appreciate you guys for watching. If you like my videos, give them a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.